When it comes to digital advertising, the rules of engagement are changing fast. Join me as I dig in and get answers to your most pressing questions about what's happening today, where the industry is headed, and how to prepare your business for the future. I'm David Fox, and this is Uncovering Commerce. Welcome, everyone, to episode 1. It's my pleasure to have the esteemed Megan Clarken here with us. Thanks for being on the show, Megan.
It's a pleasure to be here, David. It's the first time I've ever been called esteemed in my life. I'll take that. It's a nice way to start a Friday.
I love it. We're starting off strong here. So by way of background, Megan is our CEO at Criteo, bringing a wealth of experience and inspiration to the table. And throughout her career, she's proved time and time again that obstacles can often be opportunities for growth. And all you have to do is Google Megan Clarken Olympics, and you'll see what I mean. She was recently awarded the Yahoo Finance Heroes Women Executives Role Model list as the #1 executive. Quite an accomplishment, and we're proud and thrilled to have her with us today.
Thank you, David. It's as I said, it's great to be here. I've got to say the Heroes Top 100 list was just mind-blowing from me. The other women that made that list, I looked at every single one of them and thought, wow, I'm in such esteemed company. It was just an honor to be rewarded that this week. Truly was.
Well, I think the company's just as thrilled as you are. So congratulations. It's a great validation for your leadership and the path that Criteo is on as we go into 2022 and beyond. So today, we want to talk about our key topic at hand, which is commerce media. So maybe we can set some context first. Can you explain to everyone out there, what are some of the top trends shaping the future of commerce?
Great starting question. The first one is really the rise of e-commerce that really took off during the pandemic. We couldn't go into stores, and that's where the bubble really started to grow. We also found that surfing around and looking for products that were perhaps new and different, we were confronted with a whole lot of stuff online that we wouldn't necessarily see in stores. So 75% of consumers tried something new during the pandemic. They looked for a new brand, or they tried a new brand. And what's really interesting is that 80% of those people said that they'll stay with that brand. So if you sort of unpack that and say, what does that mean for e-commerce? It means two things in my mind. One is new opportunity for new players in the market that we've not necessarily seen before. They have a new set of consumers and a wide open internet to start to really flourish. And number two, for marketers that are big brands and recognizable brands would have lost some of their audiences to new brands. And so they're having to work very hard to try to win those audiences back. And so the tactics for marketing, of course, are, top of the funnel, more brand advertising, more brand awareness than what they might have done before. So that's trend number one. The second trend is the rise of first-party data. And most everybody now has it, and they're questioning what to do with it. Some really savvy retailers, like you see Carrefour and Walmart, really use their first-party data, what they know about their own consumers, to open up new monetization opportunities going into retail media and producing a media opportunity or an advertising opportunity for their brands. Something that's now being adopted across a lot of retailers and is proving to be really effective and growing very, very quickly. And of course, the future of the internet is first-party data. First-party data is the bomb. And so this is a direction that we're going to see a lot of. The third thing is trade marketing budgets. So trade marketing budgets are budgets below the line spent on promotional material, pamphlets, cardboard cutouts of movie stars at the end of supermarket aisles, all that sort of stuff. Because the actual in-store shopping experiences went away during the pandemic, is a lot of that marketing budget wasn't used and was moved across into digital advertising. And we still see it here today. So that's a third trend. The fourth one is, of course, that all of this is really hard for marketers to try to get their head around how to use their first-party data, how to find new audiences, how to get around the deprecation of third-party cookies. And so they look to technology providers like ad tech companies like Criteo to help them out. So that's the four things, David: the boom of e-commerce, the boom of first-party data, the trade marketing spend, and the rise of ad tech as being essential for marketers.
What would you define commerce media to be exactly? And what does it mean for marketers and media owners?
Commerce media is sort of a new form of advertising. It really utilizes commerce data. So that first party data I was talking about before, deep insights into shoppers, into consumers, mixed with machine learning and the ability to get as much supply as possible to media owners. And to drive better results than what marketers have seen ever before. And I often get asked, so why is that any different to targeting that we see today and that we all know? But targeting is so often based on third-party cookie behavioral type data sets and sort of predictions about, well, they did this before, consumers done this before, and therefore they might do this going forward. It doesn't have the depth of commerce data that commerce media has. And it certainly doesn't drive the sorts of results that we see coming out of commerce media. So it really is about taking traditional targeting, and I would say putting it on steroids to use the data, use the intelligence to drive outcomes.
So what makes Criteo's commerce media platform so unique?
Commerce media, of course, for us is focused on the open internet. And we have access to 21,000 brands and retailers on one side and over 5,000 media owners on the other side. The connection between both sides in an open internet environments, not reliant on walled gardens, utilizing a commerce data set, which is 3 times bigger than Amazon's commerce data set. A mindset, a tradition, even though we're a young company, a tradition of being world-class in machine learning and AI, plus our focus on outcomes, being a company that's come from performance. All of those things just makes this asset, makes our proposition so strong in the world of commerce media.
So let's take that one step further. How do consumers fit into all of this?
Well, consumers are at the center of everything. And the promise to consumers has, of course, been, our promise to our clients, because we're sharing the same vision here. Without consumers, none of us have business. And what consumers are looking for is choice. They're looking for transparency. They're looking for control. They also don't want to see things they don't want to see. And so the focus for us is making sure that we can continue to support an environment for them, which they're in control of, that they know exactly what's going on around the use of their data, that they get choice, that they get a diverse set of opportunities put in front of them, that it's a healthy environment. And for us, making sure that we do the right thing by consumers. We and our clients do the right thing by consumers. We don't put ads in front of them that they don't want to see. It's about making sure that we make their experience a really valuable one, and that in return, they're continuing to shop. They're continuing to really utilize the breadth and depth of the open internet. It's an enjoyable proposition for them. It's an enjoyable place for them to be, and they feel safe.
Let's imagine for a moment that it's 2026, 5 years from now. What do you hope to be able to say about Criteo's contribution to the industry?
I know that we're going to say that the open internet is alive and kicking and vibrant, and that consumers love it because of Criteo's contribution to the open internet, is to keep it a place, keep it being a place where new businesses can come and grow and thrive, that innovation can be in the center of the open internet and keep it alive and ticking, and that advertising can pay for more and more experiences to come into the open internet, and that it is free of the constraints of the walled gardens. It truly is a vibrant environment for all, and that's our promise.
Well, at the end of the day, it is all about working together. We're excited to watch and see what happens. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Episode number 1, it's our inaugural episode. Thank you for being here. This was fantastic.
It's a pleasure. Loads of fun. It's the bomb, David.
Thank you. So in summary, we've got a few takeaways that I wanted to point out. First, we learned the importance of first-party data. Second, we also learned what makes Criteo Commerce Media Platform unique. And last but not least, how we're bringing together a more relevant experience to consumers in a more open and trustworthy marketplace. Thanks everybody for watching. To find out more, please visit Criteo.com. And until next time, take care, be well, be safe, and thank you again for joining us on this journey.